myself on a case that I'm involving an alleged criminal case involving myself. And I believe my enlightened, seasoned members of the press are quite aware of the principles of our judiciary, that when you have a case in court and you speak too much about it, it amounts to what they call prejudice. I will not rise here wanting to serve in the capacity of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, an institution that is known to be keeping the custody of Nigerian laws and the judiciary itself, to now act in a matter that could be sub judice. But I want to say clearly at this point that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the principle, the legal principle, the judicial principle, that the principle of presumption of innocence until one is proven guilty covers me, and it does not stop me whatsoever to vie for a position that I know I eminently qualified to vie for. I want Nigerians to join me in prayers. I want Nigerians to join me in prayers. My colleagues to also join me in prayers, so that by God's grace we will get to know the truth of the matter. But one political point I must stress is that a guilty man who is charged for a case like this would not have gone for a supplementary election and won the way and manner I won my election. This rerun was conducted in that immediate local government, that particular local government, not even my home local government. Tudunwada local government was where I had my rerun covering 13 polling units. I went back to the same good people of Tudunwada, offered myself, presented myself, canvassed for 7,000 outstanding votes. And at the end, these people said, "You remain our ambassador, carry go." Carry go. So with due respect to the court, and without prejudicing the position of the law, I want to believe that I have obtained a public and political clearance from my people, that I'm still a worthy ambassador of my people, having won the election again at the supplementary election, even when my state was unfortunately captured by what we call the political tsunami. My area was a no-go zone. My zone was no-go zone. God protected it for me. My people protected it for me. And I rise to be proud today to tell you that of the whole of my 16 senatorial local government, the 16 senatorial local governments of the Kano South Senatorial District, God in His mercy, with due respect to my colleagues that come from that area, I am the only member elected to the 10th House of Representatives. Not only elected with a flying color, elected by landslide. When I went for the supplementary election covering 13 local government, the result was marvelous. I am before you today here as a member elect to the 10th House of Representatives, which of course provide the basis for me to go for this speakership race. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the other question is about the presence of my good member here. Very sincerely, and I will speak very honestly with you on virtually all the questions you've asked me. Of course, within the context of what the law permits. The first question is the issue of my temperament. I want to believe, even though I'm not a medical doctor, I'm also not a psychologist, but as a politician, I want to believe that every man is a political animal, and one could be subjected to one disposition or another. The issue of temperament, just like Habu rightly said, is about perception. What someone may have perceived as high temperament obviously will be one will perceive it otherwise. But for someone like me, who has been in the parliamentary standing right from the 4th of July 1992 till date, having successfully securing the mandate of my people, the competence of my people to continue to represent them in this very exalted capacity as member of the House of Representatives. I forgot I would have brought to you my 7 different rates of return, certificate of return, to show it to you here as track record. I want to believe that primarily my constituents do not judge me as someone who has high temperament. But that is notwithstanding. Someone else may see me as such. But for me, I want to say that to the best of my ability, to the best of my knowledge, that I am a low-level person, humble, with all sense of respect to my colleagues and even beyond. Grace, the president or the chairman of the press corps with the National Assembly, I guess she's here. When they had an occasion to give award of honor to serving members of the House based on their peculiar performances and disposition, both personal and psychological. Despite the long time I have served in the House, the press corps decided to give me a very special honor, award of honor, and called me what? Grace. They gave me the title of the Caesarean of the House, the one who keeps the house lively, the one who keeps the house moving. And with my background, not only with my relationship, but based on my relationship with the constituents that continuously brought me to the house, with my background as someone who has led various committees within and outside Nigeria, legislative committees, and succeeded in becoming a leader by track example, chairman of the Interparliamentary Body on Millennium Development Goals of the whole African region, chaired and led various legislative delegations outside Nigeria successfully, became the chief whip of the House of Representatives, and I guess you all know what chief whip means. I did not for any reason dare to cheaply whip by high temperament. I never did that. I have done that successfully. And that was what gave me the automatic clearance by my colleagues, respected colleagues, members of the 10th House of Representatives, when the time now came for upliftment, when the time came for upgrade. They automatically upgraded me without any contest. The press can testify to that, as the leader of the 9th House of Representatives. And so I am today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my respected Nigerians, especially my colleagues that are here, I am not high-headed. I'm a low-level Nigerian, and I will be as such. I am a low-level Nigerian, and I will always present myself as such. Perception, yes, but there's issue of perception, and you can have misperception. So for those who refer to me as a high-level temperamental person, I want to say, by my judgment and my standing, that they're misperceiving Doguwa. The man who has 4 wives, 28 kids in his house, and I've never had a divorce. I have never divorced any one of them. I'm still working well with them in good interrelationship. I can say that it's only a mistake. It is only a mistake and a misperception if somebody calls the very Ado before you. It can only be a misperception or an oversight. It can only be a misperception or an oversight or lack of proper comprehension if anybody places someone of my disposition, of my social stature, as a high-level person. I'm never a high-level person. I'm low-level. I will be on the carpet for members to march on. I will be on the carpet for Nigerians to march on. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the next question, I'll be very, some of them are quite topical. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my good members of the 4th Estate of the Rim, my respected colleagues, members of the 10th, and members of the